What can you do when you feel invisible at work? And what do I mean by invisible? The other day, I talked to a client of mine before she became a client, and we were discussing about how she was feeling. And at some point, she told me that she is feeling invisible at work. And when we started talking a little bit about it, she explained that she doesn't feel seen. She doesn't feel really recognized for the work that she is doing. And this is, of course, bringing to frustration, career stagnation, and so on. And I thought this is really a very interesting topic to talk about because I feel that this sentiment is very, very common among STEM professionals, especially since we are normally seen as the freaky nerds that are doing some stuff on the computer, doing some calculations and so on, but no one actually understands what is it that we are doing. And when this happens, of course, as professionals that we are and passionate about our work, we want to be rewarded for our work, we want to be recognized for our work, but somehow people still don't really get the contributions that we are providing to team projects, to the group, to the company in general. So what do we tend to do? As STEM professionals that we are, we tend to analyze, we tend to solve problems, so we figure out that doing more is probably the solution. Then we start over-delivering, we start doing more, taking on more work. Especially this client of mine, she was telling me this story, like I started doing more and more and more, but I still didn't feel seen and recognized for the work that I'm doing. And this is a very common misconception because people feel that if they are doing more, they're going to be more recognized. However, what actually brings you recognition is for the people who are paying you, whether you are applying for some funding or you're working for a company, you have your boss, your team lead, what actually gets you recognized is being able to explain and show the impact of your work. Because we have all faced this situation where people don't actually understand what is it that we are doing. Like they know more or less that we are like the expert in the background. We do this nerdy stuff and so on, but no one actually understands what is it that we are doing, and more importantly, why is this even important? Why should they care? So it is our job to make sure that we have the ability and the skills to not only explain them what our work consists of, what our results consist of, what our analysis consists of, but also to give them the opportunity to see the impact of our work, to make sure that they see how important, how the crucial part of the equation we are when it comes to team projects or work in general. And this is totally up to us, and it's something that we haven't been trained to do, right? As STEM professionals, we have been trained to optimize, to perform the algorithm, to write the code and so on, but we have never been trained to really sell our work, explain our work, articulate in a way everybody can understand and see the impact of it, right? So this is exactly what we need to do. This is the skill that we need to make sure that we have if we want this recognition, career advancement, these results that we claim that we want to do. Because once you have the ability to do so, and when you really develop this skill, you will be able to not only express your work, but to make sure that others see why your work is so valuable and what is it that you're actually doing in the project. Like, what is your missing piece? What is it that you are doing that keeps the entire thing go smoothly and fast as you all in the team want it? And not only that, but I found when I was working with clients that it also makes them very, very fast at preparing presentations, preparing talks, because they do not need to really overthink those stuff, especially if you're maybe an introvert as a personality, right? And you feel that really expressing yourself or presenting your work or writing about your work, explaining your work in general isn't your thing. Like you feel that you have difficulty speaking up in meetings maybe or at conferences, and this is not your thing. But when you develop this skill and when you sort of make sure that you are aware of the importance of it and that you are aware of how you express yourself when you explain your work and your contribution to others, then you will see this instant change in attitude of other people. Because people love when they get things. People love when they get things, especially if they're complex, because it makes them feel smart and it makes them feel really recognized and seen, right? And this is exactly what we are aiming for. So having said that, those things is exactly what I teach in my coaching program. So we do really live situations. We do this live training sessions in which we practice on your specific challenge, your specific struggle, whether it is you giving a talk, presentation skills, expressing yourself in writing, expressing yourself in meetings, or if you are maybe trying to get more recognition at your work, you're trying to get their career progress, those promotions that keep sort of sliding away from your hands. If this is your situation, I invite you to join my coaching program. Specifically, I will leave a link down below to schedule a completely free discovery call with me, where you can talk to me about your challenges, your struggles, and what is it that it's your current burning point when it comes to your STEM career in terms of communication, expressing your work, and how we can improve that together. And of course, see if we are a good fit to work together, if this is what you're looking for right now. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and see you next time in a new video. Bye bye.